Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Day just hit early access. I played the demo, I'm playing the early access, and I'm having an absolute blast. So much so to the point where I actually wrote stuff down. And I'm going to go ahead and do a review. My personal thoughts, my personal feelings. So let's get into it. Into the Dead. Our Darkest Day is a refreshing change of pace for me when it comes to zombie survival games. Set in 1980s Texas, the intro opens up with a little bit of a monologue of, I don't know if it's the mayor or the governor, going through and saying, "Sorry, everybody, everything's fine, stay in your homes, but I'm going to be moving to a more secure location." Considering the time of the year, the smell alone would be enough to gag a maggot. 1980s in August? Goodness gracious me. Primarily a free roam side scroller, the devs did not skimp out on the background, on the setting and atmosphere. Areas you can explore are beautiful to look at when you aren't trying to sneak around a decaying zombie that got caught with their shirt off. Yeesh. As you can see, there's zombies in the background, and there are zombies everywhere, but you can't immediately interact with them. And this adds to some of the tension, especially if you're in a rather large place with limited resources. You have to be quiet whether you're moving around or depending on what weapon you choose. If the weapon makes too much noise, well, you will alert every single dormant zombie in the back, whether they're laying down, whether they're lying in a tub. They're just going to start coming after you, as you can see here. Difficulty and replayability come in the form of the teams that you can choose. Whether Tracy and Wayne here, Tracy has a will to live and is very determined, not drink non-alcohol drinker. I believe this is the first two that you have select from, and they're a little bit easier to do, except unfortunately, Wayne over here is a little bit restless. Spending a phase without leaving the shelter results in morale loss, and morale is very important. So far, Daryl and Leo are my favorite because Leo's an absolute tank. He's tough, he's a slugger, although he does eat more food. Daryl over here, iron stomach and whittler. You have to decide on whether or not you're going to pick a team like Daryl and Leo, or, as we continue on, you have Sebastian and Diane, untiring gunsmith, but Diane over here is a poor craftsman. The replayability and, like I said, this adds to the difficulty sliders. Over here, father-son duo. Unfortunately, Kayla is a bit of a lightweight, very low backpack capacity, so not very great to send out on exploration missions. Daphne over here is a bit of a pacifist. Attack damage is reduced. With the different teams you can pick, so far 5 at this time, each with different benefits and penalties, will make new playthroughs more challenging and definitely more interesting. Also, while you're out exploring, you're going to find other survivors during exploration who come with different benefits and penalties as well, just like good old Joe right here. Strong shoulders, gearhead, but depleted, extra morale lost when hunger is low, and you have to make a decision on whether or not you're going to welcome them into your shelter or turn them away. Something I've also discovered in other people's gameplays is that there's more than just zombies out there. For me, exploration was loads of fun. Locations vary in size from looting in one run, nice little small houses, abandoned houses you can go through at one shot and you're gone. Other places like the fire station, well, they're a bit larger and require multiple trips back and forth. The map itself, I'm not even sure how big it is. Honestly, I've had a few playthroughs between about 4 so far between the demo and the early access. And one of the changes that they made, unfortunately, let's see if you can see it here. Let's skip around. Where if you go to, I just took it off the whole thing. Let's get back to it. They show you, here we go. If you want to explore value records, it has your little threat level, higher, of course, meaning there's way more zombie infestation. It'll show you, the value as far as base resources, weapons, medical, and food, and whether or not you can use it as a shelter. Some shelters come with farms. I guess you can grow vegetables and crops or whatever, which is very important for survival. And others have, that I found, I know in the demo, will have a water catcher. Also very important in survival. You can't just, I wouldn't depend on finding water throughout exploration. Choosing your temporary base is very important because you can only go out so far. If you see this nice little ring there, you only have access to the locations within that ring. And depending on how size the map eventually becomes, that'll be very important. Now, throughout exploration, you'll find these little telescopes, vantage points that will show you extra areas that you can explore. This is very important if you want to actually finish the game and expand with your exploration. Some bases are quite basic with no extra benefits, and I had that over here. Some bases, like I said, come with a garden. Speaking of survival, what you upgrade at your base is also very important, whether you can make lockpicks, add beds, add portable beds to your base, adjust the barricades. Of course, cooking and medical attention is very important as far as crafting locations, but don't forget about this little communal area. This is extra important because morale, depression, anxiety definitely will affect your survivors, especially if you unfortunately panic and run your character off of the roof. It will affect, a character death will affect your other survivors. So we'll see how that goes. Now, they have released their early access roadmap, which has me a bit excited. Zombified survivors. So they're going to be some of the updates coming in May 2025. Curveballs, environments, and world events can now affect your shelter over time. So you're going to have more than just zombies trying to break down the door. They can be positive or negative and may force you to alter your strategy. The other one I find interesting, especially if you lose someone out during exploration, the benefit is you can go back to that location and loot all the items that they found. So you don't lose too much other than, you know, a survivor. But your dead, lost survivor, explorer, could become zombified when you return to the location. Having new starting shelters, which is I look forward to because, well, you only have the one starter that really doesn't have anything in it. New throwables, door barging, that will be great because the zombies can already do that. Future early access content, I'm looking forward. Again, I'm just looking forward to all of this stuff. Cannot wait. Thoroughly having fun. I'll be streaming it again very soon. Audio improvements, visual improvements with, I found the background to be detailed and beautiful. I especially like the orange lettering that looks offset. Just little, nothing that really affects the game. It just was aesthetically pleasing to me. Water and power cuts, faction and military activity. I cannot wait to see what they do with this game. All in all, I cannot, with a $25 price tag, I cannot recommend this game enough. It is loads of fun. It is well worth the price of admission for sure. Despite being in early access, I know a lot of people kind of steer away from that early access label, especially when it comes to Steam, but I've been following them since the demo came out, having an absolute blast. People that have hung out while I'm streaming have enjoyed the game as well. And again, I look forward to streaming this more. I look forward to seeing what the devs do with this. Again, I recommend it, but let me know what you think. Have you played it? Are you going to play it? Are you going to check it out? Or are you just going to watch other people stream it? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike. Do all those nifty little things those YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one. Hope to see you when I'm streaming. Have a good one.